Doctor, you talk an awful lot about stress. We've talked about it already here. What does it do to your body, and what are some of the conditions that can lead to too much stress?
First of all, physical stress is really never a problem. If you work hard, you carry
Mm-hmm.
things all day, and you have a really good night's sleep, you are fine. Physical stress has never been a problem. Mental and emotional stress, meaning living in constant worries, like the economy, like your mom getting sick, like you losing your job, that drains the energy. Stress is the main energy drainer in this world, and lack of energy is the only cause of illness. There's no other cause. So now when we look at the facts that when you have stress, your entire system goes into fight or flight mode. It shuts off your metabolism. You don't digest anymore, and you produce all these stress hormones that need to be used up, that makes people aggressive and all these other elements. But the main thing is with stress, it dehydrates the system. So dehydration is the only cause of death. Everybody at the end of the day that dies of dehydration. That's the final cause of death. That you're so dehydrated that nothing works anymore. So dehydration is the main cause of aging. It's the main cause of wrinkles. It's the main cause of organs do not get enough blood flow, not enough oxygen, and so on. It's the main cause of high blood pressure. It's the main cause of migraine headaches. It's the main cause of back pain. Because what do you do when you get stressed? You tie up your shoulders. So whether you have shoulder pain or you get neck pain and then you get a headache, because you cut everything off, the blood flow and the oxygen flow to your brain, you start not seeing right. But also, all these mental conditions that we are in, being aggressive, like road rage, is caused by stress. You know, you get bothered again and again and again by somebody else driving like crazy, and all of a sudden you just flip, which is kind of like a nervous breakdown. That's basically what it is. If you when we say you flip out, it's basically a nervous breakdown. And living in life-threatening situations, like a war zone, for example, but it can be a war zone that we live in, with the chemtrails, with the being afraid of getting vaccinated, mandatorily vaccinated, ending up in FEMA camps, with the 40 million other people that they're going to put there. So we live in these constant fears, but most of all today, it's losing your job, it's losing your house. And this is why this is caused on purpose. People might not believe that, but this entire economic problem has been caused on purpose. And it's caused to make sure that we do not have money anymore. So you cannot fight back. If you don't have money, you are just obedient. If you have no food, you do everything. After 15 days after there's no food, cannibalism starts. After 3 days without water, you're starting to do everything for water, whatever it takes. We're going to get there. I mean, we are at 2012, and I tell you today we're going to get there. And it's not taking long anymore, that there will not be enough food, not enough water. The gasoline, we have more gasoline than we could use up in 100 million years. They tell you there's not enough, and we have to. See, they're working towards a world religion, and they already implemented it. The world religion is the earth. You now have to sacrifice yourself for the earth. Don't exhale, it's bad for the earth. And just you existing, you have a carbon footprint, it's bad for the earth. Do you know why there are national parks? Because there's gold, diamonds, gasoline, or any other valuable element in the ground. So they cannot get rid of all these people that live there and have the mineral rights. So they just throw them all out, call it a national park, and so they own it all. Very simple and easy. And you wouldn't believe just Yellowstone Park, could supply the world with millions and millions. Every human being on Earth could have millions. And so it is really not. It is really not that difficult anymore to look at the man behind the curtain, if you're really willing to look there. But most people are still afraid. But more and more are awake. Over 43 million people are now connected in some kind of freedom movement, health freedom movement, constitutional movement. Look at the huge success of Dr. Ron Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And who is following him? The smart ones, the younger people, the educated people. You know, not the old ones that are so brainwashed that they have no chance. Some are so old and so long brainwashed over decades and decades by the media. Just look MSNBC and all these junk TV channels. It makes me want to throw up every time I just turn on the TV. And if people don't see through that, oh, you're idiots like Rush Limbaugh or this clown O'Reilly, you know, they are just a part of the big, big treason. And one day they're going to have to answer for it. I'm absolutely sure. There will come a day that all these people that in the mainstream media manipulating the people or brainwashing the people for the New World Order or for the one world religion or for the Illuminati, or if you want to call them the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Bank of England, Queen of the Netherlands. It's just 7 people that own the world, but mainly the world is owned by the Vatican. 90% of the world is owned by the Vatican. And the landmass is owned by the Queen of England. She owns, for example, Canada as the land, as a private person, not as Queen of England. She's German anyway. I don't know if you know that. She's German. And her husband too. They're both German. They just came up with the House of Windsor later because the English people, the British people got really upset. The Germans are running their country. But she owns physically the landmass of Canada. She owns Australia. That's why when the Canadian Parliament passes something she doesn't like, she just overrides it. She did it 4 or 5 times just last year. So the people of Canada have absolutely no say in anything. People just need to wake up to that, and they need to understand that the Vatican owns 90% of the entire value, the entire money on earth is owned by the Vatican. It's not owned by China. People are so easy to manipulate and to derail. It's the same people that run the world for the last 2,000 years that's still running the world today. Has not changed.